My name is Karen and I am very happy to have you here in this channel. If you're new, hello, welcome. I hope you're doing fine and I hope that at the end of the video, if you like it, you hit that subscribe button so we can start to make this family bigger and bigger and bigger. Because many people have been asking me about what do they need to live here in Montreal or what universities are here and what programs and things. I thought that it would be a good idea to just make a video about it and explain to the people and just help all the students and people that want to come here. So yeah, let's just jump right into the video. So I've been living here in Montreal for 8 months, but I've been here many times before I moved here. I visited just to see like how did I like the city and if it was nice and if I saw myself living here. And honestly, I could say that Montreal is very safe. It's a good city. It has many facilities for students that I will make a video about all of that, like all the perks that you have here when you're a student, but that's a whole different video. And there are so many things to do, like honestly, you always have something to do here in Montreal. It doesn't matter what season, you almost always have something to do. Now that the weather is actually starting to get better, I'm going to go out there and film more vlogs for you guys so that you can know what you can do here and the cool places. So yeah, I'm excited to show you that. So, the first question that people ask me is, do I need to know French? And the answer is, well, yes and no. Yes, because obviously like in Quebec, it's a French-speaking province. But no at the same time, because if you're just gonna be in Montreal, you can survive just with English. But I would really recommend that you know a little bit of French, because even though that you can communicate in English in Montreal, there are many stores or places that people would talk to you first in French. It really depends on the area, but if you know the basics like how to say bonjour, and if you know how to order food and things like that, but it's not necessary if you're just gonna stay in Montreal. If you're going somewhere else like Quebec City or other areas that are near Montreal, they don't speak that much English. So yeah. Also, if you want to come here to practice French, you can do that. Sometimes like if I feel like practicing my French, I will just go and be like, today I'm going to speak French. And I do it, like I order my food in French and I just speak in French. But if you just don't feel like it, like you can speak in English and they will understand you. So, what universities are there and what universities do I recommend? It really depends. There are colleges and universities. I'm not an expert on this, but I know that they're different. Like a college is just like technical and you can go from college to university, but I know that obviously, well, from what I've seen, universities are better. And there are French and English universities, like universities in English and universities in French. So it really depends on if you want to study in French or if you want to study in English. But in this video, I'm just gonna talk about universities and not colleges, because I really don't know about college because I'm not in college, I'm in university, so I'm just gonna talk about some university. Okay, I'm not gonna list them all, but I'm just gonna talk about the ones that I know and that I know people that have been there. So yeah, I'm gonna read the list. So there's McGill University, that's in English. There is Concordia University, that's in English as well. That's where I study. There is University of Montreal, that's in French. There is, I was going to say it in French. There is UQAM, that's Université de Québec à Montréal. There is the École Polytechnique de Montréal. There is the HEC Montréal, and yeah. Those are some of the universities I know, and I will leave the link of the website of the universities so that you can check it out, see the programs and everything. Also, I will leave a link of a list of more universities and colleges that you can pick from. From my experience, the ones that have more international students are McGill and Concordia. Those two are the only two in English. There are the ones that have like partnership with more universities around the world. I've seen that also UQAM has it and Université de Montréal as well, but I really don't know about that. But I know that they receive a lot of international students as well. I really recommend you to check out the websites so that you know what do they offer. And also, if you're currently in a university and you want an exchange, because it really changes as well. There are some universities that have like a partnership, or I don't know how to call it, like a link with universities here in Montreal. For example, the university I was in Mexico, they had like a link or something with McGill. So many of my friends that came here to an exchange, they went to McGill because they had like a partnership or a link. If you just want like an exchange, you can check out like in your university, if your university is linked with any university here in Montreal. I'm not an expert of this. I'm not being paid to talk about universities in Montreal. I'm just talking about this to help people. So the second thing that people ask me a lot is about housing and finding a place to stay. They ask me like, what do I recommend? And yeah, and honestly, I have lots of experience on that, because last semester I was just jumping around from an Airbnb to another one just because I couldn't find a stable place. Me and my friends, we couldn't find a stable place, so I know a lot about finding places. There are many options for you to stay in Montreal. This is the #1 city for students, so students have many facilities and there are many places where students can stay. So the first one is school residences. Each university has their residences, their dorms. Well, do they call them residences? I think they call them residences. Well, they have dorms where you can stay, and because the university has many campus like around the city, I think there are many, well, I cannot talk for other universities, but at least in Concordia, they have 2 residences. There's one that is in a campus that's called Loyola, that's like kind of like outside of the city, and there's residences in downtown as well, and they always have rooms and they are always welcoming people, and yeah, it's pretty nice. There's also other kind of residences that it's kind of like the one I live in, that it is open for students from many universities. Like mine, for example, mine is in downtown, and there are students from UQAM University, from Concordia, from McGill, I think from Université de Montréal as well. So there are many students from loads of universities. Also, there's another one that's called Evo. That's they have. It's kind of like a hotel, and I will also leave the links of the residences that I know that are good, and so that you can check it out as well. Another way to find a place to stay is here in Canada. It's very common to find a location on Kijiji, and Kijiji, it's a website. I was going to say web page again. It's a website where I think they also have an app. I'm not sure. I'm gonna check that out. Let me check that out very quickly. Yeah, they do have an app. It's not just for locations, it's also like for selling cars and things, and it is actually pretty good. You can find location, you can find people that are looking for roommates. Also, if you want to rent your place, you can do that. It's a very good app. and website, so I will also leave the link down below so that you can check it out. My description box is gonna be full of links. The good thing about here is that many of the apartments for students, they come furnished, so you don't have to buy anything. I don't know how it is in other places, but for example, when I used to live in Mexico, they didn't have furnished apartments. It was hard to find that. So here all apartments, or almost all apartments, are furnished, so they're just for you to bring your clothes. And yeah, another thing that I really recommend for you to check out is the lease agreements, because there are places that they don't have short-term lease. That it's kind of like, because many students come just for 1 semester, but it's not really 6 months. Some people come from September to December, and those are 4 months. So many places just don't rent for short term. Some of them are at least 6 months, or the shortest term, some of them are 8 months, or there are some that it's like a whole year. So I really recommend that you check that out. And honestly, what I've seen is that it's hard to find a place that rents you just for 4 months. That's why last semester me and my friends, because my friends were only staying for 4 months, I was staying for more, but I wanted to stay with them. That's why we couldn't find a place, and we had to be jumping around like from Airbnb to Airbnb. I recommend that you check that out with loads of time ahead, because the thing is that we left everything to the last moment, and that's why we couldn't find a place. Another thing that I just remember that it was not in the video, but I really want to explain because people get so confused with that, and it's pretty important that I explain it. So when you're looking for apartments, you will find that Montrealers describe apartments in a very unique way. The apartment sizes here are 1.5. That is a large room with kitchenette and bathroom. It's kind of like a studio. Then 2.5, that is it's a separate bedroom from the living room. Like you have the living room and you also have a room. And they have like kitchenette and bathroom, and it's kind of like an L shape, you know, like you have just like the room and the bathroom and the kitchen. There's 3.5, and that is a bedroom, a living room, kitchen, and a bathroom. Then there's 4.5, and that is 2 bedrooms, a living room, kitchen, and a bathroom. And then these ones are the hardest to find if you're looking just for the whole apartment, but there's also 5.5, and that is 3 bedrooms and kitchen. 3 bedrooms, kitchen, and bathroom. So yeah, I just wanted to clear that out because I remember that the first time I started looking for places, it was very confusing. So lastly, what do I need to move to Montreal? You have to apply to the government of Canada for permanent residence, and also, like, if you're going to study here in Montreal, you have to apply for residence in Quebec. Like, if you were to study in another place in Canada, it's just with the Canadian residence, but here in Montreal, you need to have two. You need to have you need to be admitted to Canada and also admitted to Quebec. I did not go to that process because I was born here in Montreal, so I'm a Canadian citizen. Because I don't want to mess up, because I really don't know how the process works, I will also leave the link of the immigration to Quebec and to Canada in the description box so that you can check out the steps and everything. But as I said, I am not an expert. It's just what I've seen and what I've read a little bit from my experience and from my friends' experience. I really recommend you to come here to study. It's a nice city. We have cookies, we have Korean food, we have Chinese food, Italian, Mexican, Lebanese, and loads of food, and I love it. I think that's my favorite thing. But here there are so many restaurants. I'm actually gonna make a vlog and more videos about restaurants. I'm gonna visit restaurants and I'm gonna show you guys like all the different restaurants and cool places that you can visit here. You really won't feel alone, because honestly, like when a semester starts, so many people arrive here in Montreal. Like thousands and thousands of students arrive every semester. It feels nice that you're not the only one going through changes and things like that, because so yeah, that was it for today's video. I hope this was helpful for you, and I hope that I solved many doubts that people had. If you have any other doubts, don't forget to comment them below, and I will be happy to solve them. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, to like it, share it with a friend that may use this video, share it with someone that wants to come here to Montreal, or maybe with a friend that wants to go and study abroad but really don't know where to go. Well, Montreal is the place. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. You're gonna find my Instagram and Twitter at the end of this video. And I will see you in the next video. I am sending you so much love and good vibes and cool things, and be happy and blah 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 blah. Bye! Honestly, they should pay me to bring people here, cause I mean